you made it, it was like we couldn't wait to see you or talk to you, and just felt so confident that the quality was going to be just perfect.
This is Robin with Dalinghaus Construction, and today we're in Seal Beach at the home of Walt and Joanie. Thank you for having us here.
Our pleasure.
Great. So we're going to chat a little bit about the work that we've done on your home. Oh, and we also have a project consultant here, Mr. Armando Sandoval.
Okay.
And so you had us out. So I was looking up your home. Looks like it was built in 1971.
Right.
And you bought it 72. So you've been here about 47, 48 years.
That's it.
Wonderful. And why don't you tell us a little bit why you had us out here?
Well, it was about 30 years ago that we decided, we had a hole in the carpet. We decided we were going to recarpet. And before we did that, we said if there's anything else we want to do, we better do it now. And so we had a balcony that we never used outside our room. And we decided if we pulled that into the house, this would be great for us. We'd use it. So, and our house was also dark, so we wanted to add windows and stuff. And long story short, we extended the front of the house 5 feet and extended the rear of the house 5 feet. Downstairs. And in doing that, the contractor apparently didn't provide any moisture barrier. And so it was probably 10 years later.
Not even, I don't think.
That we noticed crunching on the carpet right at that line, that seam. And so then we pulled the carpet back. I did some repair to it, thinking that would fix it. And it didn't. And so this continued to happen 2 or 3 other times. Again, small repairs, but they never worked.
Well, we recarpeted downstairs just 6 years ago, and that's when we had another opportunity. So our wallpaper guy and stuff, he came over, and you were like putting baking soda or vinegar and trying to
neutralize it.
Trying to dig it out and do it ourselves. Recarpet, sick to our stomachs. 6 months later, we put the Christmas tree in the corner, and you hear crunch, crunch, crunch.
So then when we had this flood and everything was taken out, we decided we needed to fix it for good. And so I contacted 3 different companies. The first one I contacted, the guy came out, took a look, and said he would resurface it, but he wasn't planning on doing anything that provided any kind of barrier. And then Armando came out. Armando knew exactly what he wanted to do. He was going to cut a foot on either side, put in a moisture barrier, put in reinforcement rods, and I didn't even call the third guy. Mm-hmm. I knew right then that this is who I wanted to do the job.
And they went all the way down to the dirt. Remember that?
Yeah.
God, I loved it. We have pictures of the whole project.
And of course, on my initial call, I get this wonderful employee of yours, Holly.
Yes.
And with her reassuring voice, and she knows what needs to be done and who I need to talk to. And it was just such a delight. I had my own company years ago, and I always would want to look for employees that were like Holly. And so anyway, that was how it started, and the job just turned out really wonderful.
Fabulous.
Wonderful. And then Armando, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you found when you came for the inspection?
Basically, the concrete, you can tell the concrete had some deterioration, alkali deterioration. Alkali is in the groundwater, it seeped up, and it just corroded the concrete on top. It was just bad concrete there, and to top it all off, there was a cold joint there, and there was nothing that was put in the cold joint to connect the two slabs. So you needed something in there, a dowel or something, rebar, to go in to tie those two in. That way everything moves all at once. So that was my proposal. I knew exactly what was going on. Cut it down, connect them together, put the vapor barrier down first to seal it because we needed to seal it. And in the plan, I even specified that we needed to glue the vapor barrier underneath both sides of the slab to seal it. And that's pretty much it. I don't know, a lot of time in construction and knowing everything, carpenter experience, all that just all came into play in this one beautiful moment.
Well, speaking of beautiful, your drawing for that, I mean, this is beautiful work, Mr. Sandoval. And I know we had our specialist, our project manager for your project with Mr. Dimitri Pierce. How was the repair in your home? How did they treat your home?
Oh,
Fabulous.
well, they cut the old concrete out, and then
Chunks.
big chunks.
Amazing
In fact,
chunks.
in fact, one guy I kind of heard him grunt as he picked it up and carried it out. But when the job was done, there was not any dust or anything from the work that was done. It was all cleaned up, and just a beautiful job.
Well, good. We
Yeah.
want to treat your home just as we would treat our own. So
Yeah.
that's great to hear.
Yeah.
And then what would you say to anyone that might be wanting to use Dalinghaus for a project?
If you got something where you need concrete work done, you couldn't do better.
You could not
You're
do
in
that.
good hands.
And this particular tract is very subject to what you said, Armando. Most of the people suffer from it in their garages.
Oh.
We do not, but they do. And I mean, to just, because you extended it out and all the way down, I expected this is going to be mega thousands of dollars. We were delighted with the bid. We
Yeah.
were delighted. The guys did it in one day. They worked hard. I think there was a crew of 3, was there? Yeah. And in fact, remember, Holly, we called back and there was a little bit of splatter on the walls from the wet cement. And we said, we're trying to do it, but we're a little afraid. And so you sent somebody out to do that, and he was great. So just everything couldn't have been better. We would totally recommend.
And I was, when I thought maybe I could do something with it, I was taking water to try and do something. And he came, and within minutes, it was all taken care of. And I said, how did you do that? He said, you just dusted it off.
Soft dry top. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to know the tricks.
Absolutely.
Concrete's dry, it's dust. You just
Yeah.
wipe it down.
Yeah. Amazing.
I would have done the water too. So don't worry. Well, great. Well, you both have been so wonderful to work with too, and thank you so much for trusting us with your home. And if you ever need us, we'd be glad to come back. You've
We
been great.
wouldn't think of anybody else to call.
Wonderful.
You-